Okay, we'll pretend that never happened. So I just repeated what I had done. Now I'll pull this guy through. Now I pull another one out. And now, before I go through there, that's going to complicate my efforts to pull any further. What you would want to do is pull the lace all the way through and just leave yourself 4 or 5 inches at the end. What you're going to do is you're going to go all the way around here, up, through there, and you're going to end up back here. And you're going to want to have 2 pieces that are 4 or 5 inches long so you can easily make a knot. You don't want to have like half an inch left here because you're going to be really frustrated when you go to try to tie that later after all that work threading it through. But I'll do one time through here because it's really pretty repetitive. You just pull out one section and then you push through one section, and there you go, through the glove. That will come all the way through to the front, and you want to be careful not to sort of twist it like I'm about to do. There you go. Try to keep the shiny side of the rawhide to the outside. It just seems like it wears better that way. And now you've come here, go through one more. Out it comes, out you come. One more here. Again, don't twist it here. I am a little twisted there. But anyway, there it is, there it goes. And then flip the glove over again. Pull out this section, thread it through, then you go up through here. You just keep following it. The tricky part is when you get to here, you have to kind of force the needle around the corner because you need to come from here to there, and you're going to be inside this bar. So that's the one tricky part. I'm not going to do that. I don't have enough time left in the footage to do that, so I'm going to undo this and I'll be back. Okay, so that took me about 2 minutes to do. It might take you a little longer the first time. The other thing, when I said not to twist it, the other reason for that is if it's twisted like this, it's going to create a stress point where you know, repeated throws are going to cause it to maybe snap prematurely. But yeah, there it is. There's the whole thing. You know, you do this one, then you have to do this one. This one's pretty easy because you don't have to do a whole lot of, you don't have to do anything where you come out of one of these holes and then up this thing. So very easy to do the bottom part after you've done the front part. And you can always adjust it. You want to keep each of these bars pretty even, these bars of lacing here. You'll see that they're all more or less the same length as you go around the glove, and that's intentional. That didn't just happen by accident. This is actually a little bit too loose, but I'm not really playing right now, so it doesn't even matter. Another good thing to do while you're doing this, oil the glove. I did yesterday. It was shamefully dry, so oil the whole glove with that glove oil or something similar, and in practically no time you'll be a better fielder. I pretty much guarantee it. If you could field to start with, you're going to be better with this. I'll just run through a couple of short hops here just to show you that it does make the glove very sticky. You can also pick the ball up when it's rolling very well. Just picks her up really, really slick. And the other thing, as I said, if you have to come down the first baseline, like come off the base to my left, being a right-hander, you know, you can come down, make a sweep tag around to tag the guy on the heel on the way by, try to get him. The ball will not come out, and you will get the put out every once in a while if you do it quickly and smoothly. So that's about it, and I'll show you one more goodie. I told you I've had 4 of these since 1976. Oh my goodness. This is the first one, the one that's on my hand here. The other 2 got destroyed. One of them I relaced with nylon bootlaces, and you know, they were woven. I thought that would mean I wouldn't have to rethread the webbing so often, but what it really did was the abrasion sawed its way through the the rest of the glove. So that was very disappointing because the glove just completely fell apart within about 2 years. I was playing with pretty hard throwing guys, and they just shot that glove to pieces. This glove, you know, this is what, 40, what is that? Almost 40 years old, about 36 years old, 37 years old right now. And my dad was using it into his 70s, and in fact he had just restrung it when he finally stopped playing. You can see some very fresh rawhide around the thumb. The difference here, two openings here, a couple of minor differences in the way it's stitched in the front, but it's essentially the same glove for like 40 years. One thing I want to show you too, I am not a fan of sticking my finger out here. I don't know what the fetish is for that people seem to have. I seem to be the only one who doesn't do it. What I've always done, I know you don't want to get your finger crushed every time a ball goes near the pocket of the glove, so this gives you an extra layer of protection. But let me show you what I do. And my hands are fairly large, but I like to really have my hands jammed into the glove as far up as they can go. So hooking a finger here means I have to have the glove almost like this, and it's really, it's pretty lame for me. So I put 3 fingers here, pretty much to the left of the center point of that label there. The other finger is here, right under the A2800. That's my fingertip of my index finger, which means I have this much distance as sort of supplemental pocket where it's not hurting my finger and it's guiding the ball into the webbing. So that's another thing you might want to try. I know most people do keep their fingers outside the glove, but it's just never caught on with me. And I had a very successful fielding career without doing it, so it can be done. But do what you like. Your mileage may vary. I'm not here to preach. I'm here to show you how to do something. And this right here is a glove I bought to play third base on kind of an emergency basis the last year that I played. It's a Rawlings RTD112P. Got no idea what any of that stands for. Again, not keeping the finger up here, although they have a nice little pad there for you. See where my index finger is? It's going in here, then 1 finger in here, 2 fingers in there. I've loosened this webbing too. This is a different style of webbing, but the same idea. Down here is only held together by rawhide. There's no second bit of leather there. So I just I replaced the leather. I replaced the lacing up here and ran it all the way across. Left it very loose down here. This glove isn't even broken in, but look how the ball seats. Oh, nice. Well, that wasn't the brightest thing that I've done by a country mile. But again, as I said, it's not broken in, but the ball hits it, it closes. And fortunately, I never got to use it too much as a third baseman. I could still catch the ball, but it's not really my position. And so that's it. That's the A2800 and whatever this thing is, the Rawlings RTD112P. Loosen them up a little bit, and you may be happy. Quick tour through some of my gloves. This one right here is not an A2800. It's, I don't even remember what brand, but you can see it has kind of a solid webbing. But you can also see right here, that one's been let out, and that's back when my dad was doing this trick. So he's really the one who got me started doing this stuff. This was later the same year, another all-star tournament or something. It looks like New Bedford in the background. And my dad's outfielder's glove. That was actually a glove he did for himself. You can't really see it, but he took the webbing and he turned it from a solid webbing into sort of a star-shaped trapeze webbing, which was pretty cool. That was a pretty sticky glove, too, as I recall. But I must have been playing the outfield. I really hated that tournament so much that between 1972 when that picture was taken and 2001 when I took a job in New Bedford. I don't think I was ever in New Bedford in between. So, I don't know, I didn't like that tournament too much at all. This was another all-star tournament that same year, like 72 probably. Looks like New Bedford. And I put this picture in because that's my dad's outfielding glove. He took a solid webbed glove. You can't really make it out in this picture, but he cut it into sort of a six-sided star shape with, you know, hollowed out triangular areas to make the glove have more give. And that was a pretty sticky glove, too. That's the glove I started in Little League with until I got that first baseman's glove. And here I am, a handsome devil in the mid-70s. That's the first A2800 on my hand. Here's the second A2800. This would have been 1984, maybe 1985. That's the one I restrung with the bootlaces that got sawed in half by my infielders. This is a tournament from 1987, and this is the third of the A2800s. And that's a season when my team won the state tournament. I made 0 errors, so these guys are looking behind me for the ball. That wasn't really a good place to look for the ball that year because it was usually in my glove where it belonged. And that's all I got to say about that. But as good as I think a A2800 series glove is, especially with this little modification, you have to have other abilities too, and one of them is flexibility.